Hi. Could I try one of these dirty cappuccinos, please? This is Jim from Jim Buzai Guigu, and today I want to talk to you guys about digital renminbi. China is far beyond the rest of the world when it comes to the adoption of mobile payment. In fact, here in China, most of my friends, when they leave their homes, don't even carry cash or credit cards. That's because of two apps, one called WeChat and the other called Alipay. These two apps allow you to conduct mobile payment transactions entirely on your mobile phone, which means there's no need for cash. But today, we want to talk about digital currency. But before we talk about digital currency, let's first understand fiat currency. Long ago, in the 1930s, currencies used to be backed by physical assets, for example, like a pile of silver or a pile of gold, but that's all changed. Since 1933, when the US Treasury actually changed the entire system, there's no longer a linear relationship between physical banknotes and the actual items of value that back them up. So to redefine fiat, it basically represents a physical currency that's issued by a government. But the next step in the evolution of fiat currency is about digital currency. China is the first nation in the world to establish its own digital currency. Of course, Sweden tried something with a krona, but we don't need to talk about that. But you might be thinking, hey, money's already virtual. I can already use my mobile device to walk into a retail outlet and use something like Alipay or Apple Pay to purchase a product or service. That's true, but those services are actually not using digital currency. China is doing something totally new by turning legal tender into digital code. So digital yuan itself is actually a digital currency, sort of like existing digital currencies, for instance like Ethereum or Bitcoin or our personal favorite, Dogecoin. So for those cryptocurrencies, the way it works is that transactions are recorded anonymously on the blockchain, which is a type of digital ledger. On that digital ledger, the identities of the buyers and the sellers are anonymous. But for digital yuan, it's different. The control and issuance of this currency is controlled by the PBOC, the People's Bank of China. Digital yuan leverages blockchain technology as well, so transactions made in digital yuan are themselves recorded onto the blockchain. However, in the case of digital yuan, these transactions are tied to real identities, unlike the blockchain, and this ledger is not public. In fact, with digital yuan, these transactions are not anonymous. They're tied to your real-world identity, which is either connected to your mobile phone number or the number that's on your ID card or your passport. In fact, identity verification is a requirement if you'd like to get access to digital yuan. This means the PBOC can directly track the activity of users that are using the platform. Of course, this transactional data was previously available to vendors like Alipay or WeChat, although it was completely anonymous if you were previously transacting in cash. Right now in both China and the US, there are increasing moves that are being made to rein in big tech. And when it comes to mobile payment, it's hard to say there isn't a monopoly at play, or at least a duopoly, with companies like WeChat and Alibaba that owns Alipay owning about 98% of the mobile payment market. So you can begin to understand the logic behind the People's Bank of China in their desire to create an alternative. Notably, the People's Bank is claiming that they're only offering a backup to existing payment services. They're not trying to replace WeChat or Alipay. Instead, they're merely offering a backup if one of those services was to, for instance, be shut down or have other issues in terms of its ordinary operation and service. And perhaps in the future, it could offer a tool for governments to actually exert influence over how people spend their money. And lately, there's been a lot of concern by US policymakers about the digital yuan and potentially the idea that it can displace the US dollar as the global currency of choice when it comes to the conducting of international monetary transactions. This is in contrast to the RMB that only comprises about 3% of transaction volume when it comes to global monetary transactions. So as you can see, given this situation, it's very premature to talk about the digital yuan taking over the world when there's still so much work to do. So what if there was a way to issue an expiration date that said these stimulus payments would expire if you didn't spend them within a certain predetermined period of time? It's actually quite an interesting idea. Lately, where I come from in the US, the government made a variety of stimulus payments to individuals as part of an overall bailout plan to help people who are affected by the coronavirus. So considering examples like this, I think the story when it comes to digital yuan is just beginning, and we're very excited to see where it goes. But on the ground here in Shanghai, can you actually get digital yuan and spend it yourself? Can anyone actually get access to this digital currency? Let's find out. So we're here now on Nanjing Donglu, which is a busy shopping street here in Shanghai. And now that I've actually got some of this digital currency, I'm gonna go out to a couple offline retail stores and see if I can spend it in the real world. As you can see, there's this sign here in the front of the shop that says 欢迎使用数字人民币, right? This means basically you're welcome to use digital yuan in the store. So I'm gonna try out my digital wallet and see if I can actually buy a bottle of water in this shop. 我可以买一瓶矿泉水吗？没有。那我买一个打火机，我花这个数字人民币可以吗？可以的是吧？ All right, 很感谢。So as you can see here, I've successfully purchased my item. So this was 2 RMB. They didn't sell any water, so I got this nice lighter I can use for lighting candles later. So 1 success, so here we go. So I'm at a second shop here on Nanjing Donglu. I'm gonna go in and see if there's the ability to accept payment in 数字人民币 or digital currency.
手机付是吧？
我用那个数字人民币可以吗？
数字人民币啊，我们现在有这个数字人民币就，还有这样子，是这样的，我还没弄过这个呢。等一下哈，不了。现在这么方便，这还可以减了10块钱，好像是。
是吗？
好的。对，它这里还有个优惠券。有个优惠券。
优惠券啊，在哪里？
人家给你减掉了，你实际只付了59块钱。
哦 ，OK. So I just saved 10 RMB on this purchase. Pretty cool. 我想问一下，就是你们会接受那个数字人民币吗？
什么？
数字人民币你们会接受付款吗？
人民币接受啊。
数字人民币。
这个我们店里没有。
你们不支持哈？
对，
不支持。OK。
不接受。
这是一个新的付款方式。
这还没有这个功能。
没有这个功能啊？
对。
哦，我不能吃冰淇淋了。好，谢谢啊。不可以用啊。
只能用建设银行的。
建设银行。
建设银行的数字。对。
这是数字人民币，就是一个新的付款工具。
我去问一下好吗？
好的，好的。
我第一次听说，我估计是不可能的。
够强是吧？
方式不能。
别的方式不方便。你第一次使用啊？
对。
This is the first time she's used the system. Hey, we did it! 成功了。数字人民币你接受吗？
谁的秘密？
对，就是。
不知道呀。
不知道吗？理论来说是可以，但现在不方便是吧？
对。
Oh. So overall today we visited about 10 businesses offline. Of those, it seemed like 5 actually supported it as a method of payment currently. I would say you could say about 2 or 3 knew what this type of digital currency, 数字人民币, was, but didn't actually support the payment. So maybe they'd heard of it, but they hadn't yet installed the payment device. And then 2 other restaurants that we visited had never heard of it at all. So as far as like our rough estimate today of market penetration, 50% accept it, maybe 25% know what it is but haven't rolled it in yet, and then a remaining 20 to 25% don't even know what it is at all. So digital currency, again, in China still probably has a ways to go in terms of adoption. It's definitely being rolled out, but it's a new thing that not everyone knows about. Digital yuan is rapidly scaling up and becoming more and more useful in everyday life here in China. And if you'd like to try it yourself, get it today with one of these 2 handy QR codes that I put up here. If you're interested in learning more about the future of digital currencies, please follow, like, and subscribe to the channel. You'll see links to those options below. And as usual, this is Jim from Jimbuzai Guigu, or Greater China Tech. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.